Hey everybody and welcome to a new video. My name is Midway and I hope you're having a wonderful day, because I sure am. And welcome to a new Legend of Mushroom video. Today I'm gonna be teaching you how you can get yourself free mounts and artifacts totally for free by simply playing the game. Of course, when I mean free, I do not mean that you can just get it right off the bat. I mean that you can eventually claim it for free without actually spending a single cent. Before we get into it though, please go ahead and check out Aptoide if you haven't done so yet. I'll talk a little bit more about that in the video. But for now, just know that I have a new code for a little while now. So if you've been using Aptoide in the past with me, well, now you might want to be changing your code in the AppCoins wallet to the new one you have down here, so that you can still be enjoying those sweet benefits out of using Aptoide and getting those massive bonuses. All in all, let's get into the video now. So you might know this event within Legend of Mushroom that has been going on ever since pretty much forever, and that is the Lucky Spinner. Now, I did a video on this a long time ago, but ever since then a lot of things have changed, in particular what rewards you can actually get out of it and how many coins you can get every time this event is around. So of course I am talking about the event you can find now right now on the top right, this little slot machine kind of thing that it looks like, right? So this event pretty much is going to be allowing you to farm up the coins up here, which they don't really have a name that I can check right there. Maybe right there we go, shroom coins. So you can farm this up as much as you can. They are not going to be expiring every time the event comes around. So the thing about them is you can do all the quests during this event, during those couple days that it's up, and then once the event is out, you don't actually have to use all your remaining coins. Instead, you can just save them up, let them be there, and the next time the event comes around, those coins are going to still be there. So you can stack them up and just farm them up as much as you can, until you eventually can reach the sum of 500. Now 500 is a good number because basically that's when you can actually guarantee to get yourself 100% chance to get the limited time reward on this event. So you can see right here, I would be able to get myself this mount if I wanted to, or I can also get any of the other three choices in this week in particular. Now I'm going to be showing you a schedule in a moment with all the different options and all the different rewards that are in this event. Now, some of these might be a little bit better than others. They are not obviously the best ones in the game, otherwise you would have to go for gachas where you actually have to put money into the game to actually get the best stuff. But it does allow you to get any pay-to-win mount kind of thing, yeah, right? Mounts that you would otherwise need to be paying for, or instead just have mounts that are not just your regular ones, right? You can get one that has an effect on it, because obviously these ones are going to be giving you that passive bonus as well as the extra mount skills. It also works for, of course, back attachments. In this case, we do have one here. Well, actually, this is a mount as well. Yeah, but there's also back attachments, there's also artifacts, and there is also the awakening crystals, as well as the selection 2 red souls. I'm gonna show you in a moment what the reward selection looks like, but it's pretty damn simple. As I mentioned, the coins do not expire week per week, so you can just stack them up, and that's the key thing. You need to be stacking them up. Now, the total amount you can get per week, it's just a matter of adding them up. I'm not too sure here how many of these there are, but we can go ahead and count them. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42. So that is 42 coins, if I'm not mistaken, there you can actually get in total per week, because all of these quests, they are not daily, they're weekly. So 42 times, well, that's gotta be, was it like 12 weeks you gotta wait until you can actually afford to buy a guaranteed to buy whatever you want, right? So it's quite some time. Don't get me wrong, it's not an easy way of getting a mount or an artifact or yada 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 back attachment, right? It's not an easy way to do it, but it's a guaranteed way that you can actually just eventually get something that you really want. And that's exactly how I got my own artifact. You can see that I'm using right now. I did not have any other artifact that I could be using, and this one, well, it's a good addition. Obviously it's better than nothing, so I got this one for myself, which does give you a little bit of extra AoE damage with your combos. Not that terrible for archers. Of course, not the best one in the game, and it's always going to be nice to have that sweet global basic attack damage increase, as well as whatever else that artifact or mount or back attachment might be giving you. So on this website, lomknowledge.com, Lucky Spinner, well, you can go ahead and Google this one out, or just Google Lucky Spinner rewards from Legendary Mushroom, and you're going to be pulled up with this sort of schedule. Now, this is based off of the release schedule of your server, so depending on when your server started, well, you're gonna be in a certain week or a different one. Oh, actually, this is not, that's actually not good. It doesn't have the right stats. Anyways, yep. So basically, if your week is, or rather your server is new one, the first time around that this event happens, you're gonna be able to choose just your Chaotic Warlord Hammer. That's the one that I am using right now. Now, next time that the event comes around in that server is going to be the week 2, right? So that's how it works. You got week 1, week 2, and so on and so forth. So the next time the event comes around, it's going to be this, and then this, and then that. And as you can see, well, here you can find the different rewards that are going to be available. Of course, you can also check out the effects and such, so you can start to plan ahead and see what you might be wanting to get. And remember, you're going to be needing to wait at least 12 weeks, I think it is, if I didn't make that calculation wrong, until you can actually guarantee yourself to buy any of these rewards. So if you really know that you're gonna be wanting to go for one in specific, the best thing to do is just to start saving up as soon as possible and just wait for that. Remember, this event comes around every 2 weeks during the weekend, so even though you might see week 1, week 2, well, that's gonna be probably the second week of the release of the server, then this is gonna be the 4th week, then this is gonna be the 6th week, and so on and so forth. So as we go down, you're gonna start seeing back attachment right here. This is mount, artifact. You're going to be seeing this repeated red soul selection, which early on in the game is going to be pretty damn powerful to get, because you can get those pink souls early as well. Then you'll have your dragon, which is not too bad as well, and then you'll have these back attachment, which I also considered buying quite a little while ago. It's not a bad one for archers if you basically have nothing else. It's going to be allowing you to get extra combo damage. Basically, after the battle begins, each combo is going to be increasing combo damage by 0.5%, stacking up to 60 times. It's not a bad one whatsoever, excuse me. So yeah, if you have nothing else, that one is not a bad one to go for. And then again, eventually those mounts are going to start to be repeating, so at this point it's still new stuff. Here is the same stuff, but basically for counter. We have a not terrible one for, yeah, in general, this one is not that terrible simply because of the insane amount of damage that it does. And then we'll get the last one for the scale damage. So there's like a back attachment selection here for basically warrior, archer, and mage. Then we'll have one mount over here, which is basically just for mages as well. And then we're going to be starting to get those back attachments just happening again. If you really missed one, you can just get them again. And then we'll have one for also archers. Every 3 combos is going to be triggering a decent amount of AoE damage. This one's not bad whatsoever. I think I might want to be getting this one next, just for trying it out. We got a similar one for counter. So you can see these artifacts and mounts, they are all pretty simple. There is nothing too crazy about them. They're not the most powerful. And at this point, we are already getting basically everything's just going to be the same stuff rehashed, but at this point you have a choice, right? So before you did not have a choice. Now once you get to this point, like we are right now in my server, you're gonna be able to choose from a bunch of the different items in the selection, right? So you can see we are right here, for example, in week 20. Now remember, this is gonna be spinning around. There's gonna be a max, I think it's of 31 weeks, and eventually once that's done, it's gonna come around and start again. It might not start again from week 1. I'm not too sure how it works on the older servers, but for sure you're gonna be seeing the same stuff over and over, right? So I know that next week I'll be seeing this selection around, so I might want to be saving up so I can buy the koi paper mount. And yeah, the back attachments are the same, the mounts are the same. Eventually you see everything, and it's just a matter of, well, you play enough to get those lucky spinner, the coins, whatever they're called. Again, there's room coins, and eventually just buy whatever you want. Now you can change your price selection over here, of course, by just going ahead and clicking there, and obviously seeing whatever there is in store for those mounts. This one's, for example, distribute 10% of damage dealt to up to 5 surrounding enemies when dealing damage. Nothing too crazy, maybe not too bad for stage clearing, but obviously nothing that I would really want long term. Round Frog, this one, I think it's a little bit defensive. Every 10 seconds, defeat one enemy, boosting attack by 15% for 5 seconds. If you target is a boss or player, stunned for an additional 1 second. So this one's, yeah, it's all about that stun because you're really aiming for the bossing and the PvP, so it's nothing too crazy, but it's gonna be giving you that increased 15% attack. Again, yeah, not my big cup of tea, but I think that the crit rest bonus is not terrible. So this one, getting this one wouldn't be bad simply because of that massive the passive effect on this mount. So all in all, remember this event exists. It's really damn important that you try to maximize whatever you are getting out of this simply for stacking different options of mounts, artifacts and back attachments. It's a good way of getting a good complement for whatever build you're going for if you're not going to be putting money into the game. So remember, this is an option for you. And all in all, that's it. It's pretty damn simple. Just do the dailies, or rather the weekly quests, and eventually buy whatever you think it's best. I'm not gonna be giving you what's best for each specific build or class or whatever. It's pretty straightforward. I'm sure there's gonna be builds or rather guides for that. I might do though. Well, if you got a question, rather just drop it down below in the comments and I'll try to help you out with that one. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and found this tip useful. I know it's a little bit of a rehash from back in the day, but it's been a long while since I talked about it, so now there's some changes to it. So hopefully it was useful to you guys. Now, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Check out a little bit about Aptoide now. Bye-bye, see you. For those of you that don't know, Aptoide is basically just like Google Play. So let me come out of this for a second and go to the store. So if you are using Aptoide, basically what's going to happen is that whenever you are going to be making any purchase in the game, if you are interested in doing so, you're going to be prompted to pay through the AppCoins wallet, basically. So you're going to be seeing this little portal right here as you try to make the payment, and it's going to be showing you that once you make a purchase, excuse me, you're going to be getting a bit of a bonus in the form of cashback, really, of a percentage of whatever spending you are doing. So you can see I am getting 16 cents in the form of a cashback after making this purchase. So I can eventually use all those bonuses whenever I have enough of them to make the purchases for me without actually using my real money. You're not losing anything for this. Nobody's really scamming you here, of course. This is straight up just more value for your money. You do a spending, you're going to be getting a cashback, you accumulate enough of a cashback, and eventually you use that cashback to buy anything else anywhere in any other game through Aptoide. So in order to do this, you're going to need to download Legend of Mushroom from Aptoide, and I'll have a guide on how to do so down here, down below in the description. And then we'll also need to set up what's called the AppCoins wallet, which you can also just download straight up from Google Play, set it up on your phone, and here is where you are going to be able to see how much bonus you currently have unlocked after all those cashbacks. You can also see your purchase history within the different games you are playing, as well as here you're going to be able to see that you can input my promo code. There we go. It's going to be down here. So if you enjoy my content and want to help me out, just input the promo code right there, type it in there just like you see on the screen. It's going to be down here as well as in the description. So just type it in there, and that's going to be increasing that bonus that you get from using Aptoide and purchasing in Legend of Mushroom through Aptoide for 5% forever. So that's how you can get a bonus. It's always from 10% all the way up to extra 35% of any amount of money you're spending in the form of those cashbacks. You can also see here any active events that will increase that bonus for a limited time, usually from 5 all the way up to 10% for about 24 hours. As well as here you will see a little bit of a progress tracker of how much more you need to be spending in order to unlock higher baseline bonuses. That's how it works. As you make more purchases, you unlock higher tiers of the bonuses, and eventually you put all that together to reach an extra 35% of any amount of money you're spending in Legend of Mushroom or any other Android game that you play through Aptoide. This only works on Android. Unfortunately, you cannot download Aptoide on Apple, and that's why. So yeah, basically just keep on playing the game. If you are going to be doing so and you want to be getting more value for your money, you might as well do so through Aptoide. It's going to be helping yourself out and helping myself out if you do decide to use my code. All in all, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, see ya.